Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm Nate with Back from the Vault. Today, we're going to be looking at the September releases for Vinegar Syndrome. This is a new thing I kind of want to do on this channel. I want to go through each month and review the releases of that month and just kind of give you my thoughts and if I think you should buy these releases. Again, everything's subjective. It's all my own opinion. But yeah, I mean, I subscribe every year, or the past couple of years I've subscribed. So I feel like for me, I mean, I don't get much of a say in what I'm receiving. I'm subscribing, so I'm basically pre-ordering releases before they drop, you know? So I never know what I'm getting. And I kind of also am doing this for myself because it helps me look back and realize if I'm wasting my money on this subscription, because I know it's a lot of money each year to subscribe, and not always the Vinegar Syndrome doesn't always put out like super solid releases. So I just kind of want to look back at this, say January, and decide then whether or not I want to resubscribe, because at the end of the day, I say it all the time, we are curators of our own collection. So whatever you're buying and putting in your collection, it's either going to collect dust and sit there, or you'll go back and revisit it or rewatch it. And so generally, I mean, not everybody's the same, but I mean, I like to have movies in my collection that I know I want to come back and see. So like rewatch and revisit. So we'll just get into this though. These are the September releases. These are just mainline Vinegar Syndrome releases. I generally do separate videos for any VSAs or VSUs, anything that's like outside of the mainline Vinegar Syndrome titles. But yeah, I just want to say before I get started, if you like this kind of stuff, if you like, physical media talk and movie reviews and, movie content, then be sure to, like and subscribe, so that you can stay up to date with all of my future videos. I've got a lot of big plans for this channel, a lot of things I want to do, but I can't do that without your support. So I really appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel. It helps out. Thanks, guys. So getting into it, we've got The Howling 2. I had never seen The Howling. I didn't know anything really about The Howling prior to getting this release. I'd heard of The Howling. I owned the first movie on 4K from Scream Factory, and I've just been sitting on it. It's just something I've never really thought to really watch. It's just sat there. And I finally got around to watching the first one so that I could watch the second one here. And I loved the first one. I thought it was great. I loved it so much. I also really liked The Howling 2. I thought it was super fun. It's a far cry from the first movie. So much different. You have Sybil Danning, Christopher Lee. Everybody in this movie is just super fun. They're being silly. You can tell Christopher Lee is having a blast. Sybil Danning, again, she's beautiful. I think she looks great. I love her outfit in this movie. And yeah, I mean, this one's very weird, out there. It's crazy. It's, like I said, far different than the first movie. But I think it works. I think it's still really fun. And so this is probably a hot take, but I would put this up next to the first movie, because I'm not like a massive fan, but I do think they're really fun werewolf movies. And I mean, I'm a big fan of An American Werewolf in London, so I went into this, expecting it to not be to that level, and honestly, it wasn't. But it's still very good. It's very, very fun. I've seen people say, I think Planet CHH said that this is like the perfect Vinegar Syndrome release, and I would agree. This is definitely what you would expect from a Vinegar Syndrome release. This is a 4K. I've got the reversible art here with the classic poster. I didn't get into too many of the special features on this, but there is one where the director sits down with Michael Mohan, the director of Immaculate. He's a big physical media guy, and I was super interested in that interview. I thought it was really, really good, really insightful into the movie. And I heard some things about this movie with the costumes. Like, they were given monkey costumes, and they had to kind of do what they could to make it work with a monkey costume. And that's why in the movie there's I think Christopher Lee says something about them being close to monkeys. There's a very weird scene in this where there's I don't even know if I can say. If you're scared of spoilers, then just skip this part. But there's basically like a werewolf orgy And there's like a werewolf sex scene where they're like half turned, but they're not like completely turned to werewolves. So it's just hairy bodies rubbing against each other. It's very strange. But again, I really liked it. I thought it was fun. It's silly. The soundtrack is incredible. The song that's being played in this movie, I tried to find it. I wanted to download it and like listen to it, and I couldn't find it really anywhere. But I thought it was really good. I love this era. I don't know. I just thought it was really good. So this is number 478 in the VS line, and that is the Howling 2. So up next is one that I had kind of high hopes for, but it kind of failed to meet my expectations. That's the Cruel Britannia. This is a 3-film box set, edition. And see if it could focus. I'm sorry. I like this art on the front. It's pretty cool, but it's kind of bland. There's not a lot going on there. These are 3 killer thrillers from the UK. It has Craze, Penny Gold, and Crucible of Terror. And here's the back. You got the big UK flag there. So these movies, I liked Craze, if I remember correctly. Again, it's been a little while since I first watched these, but going off memory, I thought Craze was okay. I thought it and Crucible of Terror are probably my favorite in this set, but Penny Gold is so damn boring. Craze was good. I'm trying to remember the guy's name that's in it, but maybe I can look real quick. I thought Craze was good. Jack Palance, sorry. Jack Palance plays in Craze. There's some weird like god statue that he's like praying to, and it's full of occult stuff. I will say not a lot happens in that movie, and it feels very like, I don't know. It felt like not a lot was going on, and it was more like trying to delve into these, dumb cops. Penny Gold is they're all 3 very similar, and it's just like bumbling cops walking around looking, detectives trying to figure out what's going on. Penny Gold deals with a stamp. There's like a stamp that's missing. Stamp collectors are killing people. I don't remember. It was so boring. They're all 3 very forgetful movies. But again, I thought Craze was good. Crucible of Terror, I can't remember much about it other than there were some really good kills. I feel like Crucible of Terror opened with a woman being turned to gold, and I thought that was really cool. She was like nude. She was just getting like drenched in gold and turned to gold, which I thought was pretty good. But otherwise, very forgetful movies. I was not a fan of this set. I thought these 3 were pretty just boring. Not a lot going on. Just kind of uninteresting movies. If you're a fan of this kind of stuff, then this could be right up your alley. I just don't think this was the right, they felt like TV movies a little bit, other than the nudity and violence. For the most part, they felt like made for TV movies, and I didn't feel like there was enough there for me. There was nothing. It was just they just kind of exist. So, not a huge fan of these. I didn't hate it. I wouldn't have bought this myself. If I had known anything about these movies, I wouldn't have bought this. But I guess that's just part of it. And then again, you're exploring new avenues. I probably would never have. Again, I never would have watched these if I hadn't received this from my subscription. But I don't think it's worth the price point. So this could be one that you could wait for a sell on, I'm sure. I don't think this is going to sell out. It shouldn't. So that is number 479 in the VS line. And that's, it has a book in there, but if you've seen my unboxing video, you've seen me flip through it. So, all right, we got Delirium, photo of Gioia. This is a Lamberto Bava film. Damn, I probably should be covering that titty up. My bad. Hope I don't get caught for that. Nah, it's all good. But we've got Le Photo di Gioia, and this is a 4K. This is a Giallo. I really like this. I thought it was really good. I remember thinking it's very surreal and dreamlike, and there's a lot that happens that you don't really, you don't really expect or know what's even going on. I was confused numerous times, but basically you have a model who has like a deranged fan, and he's killing off all of her friends and people she models with, and he has these weird like hallucinations that you keep seeing, and there's a giant eyeball head. It's very off the wall, strange. There's a bug head, person with like a bug head, and I thought it was really good. I loved it. I mean, it's just a cut and dry giallo, but with some, like I said, really cool, unique, surreal elements to it. Lamberto Bava is a legend. I mean, he's made some incredible films. So, if you're familiar with Lamberto Bava or Mario Bava or any of those, or any of the Bavas, they both make really, really good movies. And this is no exception. And so, yeah, I mean, there's not much I can say about it. Again, gotta cover that up. But anyways, this is number 480 from the VS line. This is like I wanted to, just kind of speed through these, get through this real quick. I've got a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of things I'm working on. So it's just a little, quick little video showing off these movies, talking about them, giving them my review. And again, yeah, this is September's Vinegar Syndrome slate. Soon I'll be doing the October slate once it gets here. Hopefully that comes in soon. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.